Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Gorp. We're doing things a little bit different today. We're going to be doing some woo-woo shit. I'm Brooker, and this is the Gorp cast. Here today, who do we have with us?
I'm Josh.
I am Fry.
I'm Sadie.
Hey,
Nice.
Sadie.
So, again, Gorp today stands for Guided Objective, Renewing Peace. Right? This is the podcast where we grab topics out of a container and we discuss it. So this is our container today, a little sound bowl.
Sound? Oh, can you do
Can
it?
you explain to the layman what a sound bowl is and like what its purpose is? Because I don't. I've seen it in movies and stuff, but I have no idea what it does.
I will not explain it. Yeah, of
we're not-
course.
Go buy your own sound bowl, idiot.
Google it. Do your own research, bro.
Okay, so sound bowls, they're bowls that make sound. And
Oh my god.
they vibrate at different frequencies, different hertz, I think is the measurement of sound. And there have been different people who believe that those sound waves can heal the body. So these are tools to make sounds that will eventually
that
heal
one.
the body. Yeah.
Sounds good, at least.
What we got? Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, lovely.
Sorry. Probably. Really
You almost put Josh to sleep with one of the sounds I made.
Yeah. Shall we get started?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So again, this is about woo-woo stuff. Woo-woo shit.
Is that an acronym?
Which I've heard it used as like witchy, alternative healing, kind of the just esoteric topics, right?
Like
Okay.
meditation and yoga, but even stuff like tarot and stuff too, and astrology. Or
Yeah.
what? Like
Yeah.
the whole bag of that stuff that
All of
some
it.
people are really angry that other people believe.
If I tell a joke, it is not to be disrespectful. It is because I feel like I'm out of my depth and I resort to humor.
Deal.
Movie quotes too.
Oh, yes, in movie quotes.
All right, we got a first topic. It's yoga movement.
Yogurt. Love
Yogurt.
Yogurt movement.
You're a
What
yoga
is
instructor,
yogurt?
right? Brooke?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
So I did my 200-hour in Phoenix at Southwestern Institute of Healing Arts. A really great school if you're in that area. So I just want to first cover what yoga really is. So maybe some people don't know where it originates. It's a Vedic tradition, so it comes from India. And the actual word yoga means union. It means yolk, like an egg yolk, but what it really means is union. So it's a union between your like inside presence and your body, your physical presence. So it's supposed to help mend or tie in your mind to your body. So that's the purpose of yoga. So when you see people doing like Bikram yoga or hot yoga or things like that, it's not really the purpose of yoga. The purpose of yoga is the mind. So, but
Okay. I don't like Bikram.
Yeah,
He's a bad person.
Not a good person.
Who's Bikram?
Yeah, I've watched
Not
like
good.
4 documentaries on Bikram being just
Not good.
awful.
Sounds like a telemarketer. Who is he?
No, he's a rapist.
Oh,
Oh.
he sucks.
Just to be clear, no, he's a rapist. He's like he's like the ultimate groomer rapist. If you watch any of these like documentaries,
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on from him. Ugh.
Anyway,
But
anybody else?
the topic is what though? It's poses, right, Brooke?
It's
Yoga?
yoga. So
Okay.
but it really just means the blending of the mind and the body. So what do you guys do to kind of do that?
I love talking about yoga.
The idea of yoga. Like you know, okay, so like if you're a homeowner dad person, like you always have like the hedges, like I'm gonna get to those hedges, and you never really do. Sometimes you trim them, but it's always like it's interspersed throughout the summer. You don't keep up with it, so I don't have a home, so yoga is my hedge. Like once in a while, I'll get a good stretch session in, and really like pay attention to my body, but that's so few and far between. I can't say that I do yoga. But I am really into learning more about stretching and stuff, and it's helped me a lot, what little I've done.
Did you not hear her question, though, Josh?
What was your question? What do we do for movement?
She explained what the meaning of yoga was, and then she said, so what do you do to blend your mind and body?
He trims hedges.
He trims the
hedges. He just goes out, cuts the hedges.
No, I'm saying like the hedges are my yoga, and it's like I don't blend my mind and body as much as I should, but I'm really into yoga stuff. Yeah, the movement and stuff.
He likes the concept.
Swimming goes tandem with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be a long hour for me because I literally thought he was just talking about stretching.
But he kind of is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I get in touch at a very rudimentary level with the whole mind-body thing because I'm into that idea. I'm open to it, and I was with someone for quite a while who showed me some of the basics of those concepts and stuff. And yeah, I'm into it. And like it goes in tandem with my swimming lately because you spend a lot of time underwater, quiet, and you're just thinking how to get more in touch with your physical. And it really does help me therapeutically, spiritually. So that's cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Sadie?
I try to stretch every day. I wouldn't say it's like a big, I'm going to roll out my yoga mat and like dedicate 30 minutes, but I do try to stretch every day. I get really sore and I have a bad back. So it helps me. I think the more that I do it, the more that I actually like try to be mindful of what it is that I'm doing to my body, which makes it more meaningful. And usually the more that I do it, the longer I take. I don't know how to explain that, but I try to stretch every day. If I don't, then I wake up feeling like shit. So
yeah.
And not woo-woo shit, like really terrible.
Like bad.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Like,
yes.
what happened? Who kicked my ass in my bed last night?
Yeah.
It was Malcolm.
It was Malcolm. It was my cat.
You got the cheap food this time, huh? All right, wait till you fall asleep.
I know, for real.
Malcolm's like, I'm a fancy feast guy.
Yeah.
Are you?
I wish I could do yoga. I do. I wish I had the discipline. I've actually, the amount of times I've pulled up like a 30-minute video on YouTube of like beginners yoga and tried to do it is ridiculous. The amount of times I've gotten up and been like, I can't do this, and stopped that video and sat on the couch is also ridiculous because I know that it's important as far as the stretching piece of yoga. And then the second piece of, the initial piece of Brooke's question meant melding mind and body, right? Blending them together. I would say that the only time I'm doing that really is when I drive, right? Because I'm still engaged with the road, but like I talk to myself a lot and I think about things that are more externally related to how my life goes than what is really going on. And then in the gym, obviously, like I talked about, like that is my ultimate. That's why I hate going to the gym with other people. Like people are annoying at the gym. I like to be by. That's why the gym's in my garage. You agree, Sadie?
Oh, for sure. I hate going. Like I would invite someone to go to the gym with me, but like really on the inside, I'm like, please say no. Please say no.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'd rather be alone. But Fry, I think both of those would, in some ways, apply if it's like. I think in both your cases, you get into a flow state, and you've taught yourself how to do that with those actions. Yeah. And it's not the same as stretching your back, but especially in the gym, you're very much in tune with your body, and it's the same idea. My dad's the same way. He lifts weights like crazy, and he just hardly is getting in, or he's just getting into stretching recently. It's never too late, but you can't touch
it's so
your toes.
important for reasons like Sadie stated. Like I have like my back is 30% of my disability,
Yeah.
and I know I need to stretch my back more frequently. I know I do. She goes to yoga like once a week. I'm glad the mic's not picking her up because she is laughing as loud as she possibly can.
That's okay. We have a producer in the back laughing at our jokes. It's great.
It's like it's on purpose or something. But what about you, Brooke? What's your melding of mind and body and soul and toes?
And toes. Yeah, so I have a small practice that I do. I don't do it every day. It's very intuitive, which means I just kind of get on my mat and I just go from pose to pose. I don't have like a set, like there's the sun salutations or the moon salutations that you could do. I'm not doing those. I'm not purposefully going from one movement to the next. I'm just feeling in my body what needs to be stretched. And then like, I know the yoga poses, so I'm just going to the poses that I know that are like heart openers or stretching my back. So, but Fry, I just wanted to comment on yours, like you going to the gym and being in your body and being in your mind too, in a peaceful state. That's yoga. That's yoga. So like, we're all doing yogic things all day long. It's just, we don't understand that that's yoga. So yeah.
So you say cool. the stretching and all these the what America knows as yoga, would you say that is kind of like a groundwork for moving yogic thought and exercise throughout your day? Like you say, it doesn't have to be stretching. So that's just like a really
capitalism
thing.
It's probably both, honestly. I think if you go into any type of physical movement with the intent to come back to like your true self and not be stressed out and not be clouded by whatever is happening in your life, if you're going into a movement with that intent, that's yoga. But if you're going into a yoga class to wear your skimpy little set that you bought off of Fabletics,
I love looking skimpy. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going into it to like show off in front of your instructor that, oh, I can do this pose, you're not getting the point. It's going over you, man. Like,
you got to be going into yoga.
That's not the purpose.
With brown tights and expecting to fart a lot.
Yes,
absolutely,
all the time.
That's rule number one.
Okay,
the whole time.
Or get a goat pee on you if you're in California. I've seen that happen.
Yeah, the goats.
Goat
okay.
Yeah. I've seen a goat pee on somebody during yoga before, so that might happen. What's our next topic, Brooke? That would suck. You like look at the goat like, I trusted you.
And then you pissed on me.
Yeah.
All right. Next topic is sound healing. So we kind of went over a little bit of it before.
God, that sounds like a class bell.
But better.
It does, kind of.
Well, those
better.
amount of hertz is stressful for Fry. We need a new hertz.
Every time I hear that ring, I'm like, shit, I forgot my homework.
It is pretty similar.
So sound healing, I'll just kind of explain a little bit or make a question out of it. What's the sounds that feel like healing to you?
A cat purring.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's super calming.
She thinks I hate cats. I don't hate cats. I grew up in a house filled with cats, and I cleaned litter boxes because my mom wouldn't do it, and that's why I won't own a cat. Like, that's the real reason. I'm like, no, I love cats. I'm just not going to clean up after them. Like, I can make a decision now as an adult. Like, I don't have to do this anymore. But yes, that sound is awesome, and it's like a loving sound. It makes you feel like you're loved.
Purring.
It can heal you in ways that like you I guess a lot of people probably aren't aware of. Like, it can enhance your bone density, and it can like heal. It's like good for like PTSD, like a calming sensation for people. And
lowers your blood pressure, right?
Yeah. Like cats, and they also meow because they know that that's how they get humans' attention. So they have like adapted to us so they can be around us because they're like, oh, fuck humans, they're cool. But
or at least feed them.
Yeah.
Or at least we feed them.
Yeah, that's how they communicate with us. If it was just cats, they wouldn't meow.
Have you ever watched Love, Death, and Robots,
No.
Sadie? Oh, like the second episode is about cats taking over the world.
Oh, they should.
And then they revisit it, and like it's like the whole world it's a post-apocalypse. Robots are like, humans destroyed themselves, and then out of nowhere, like a cat shows up, and the robots are like, "What's this?" And then they like do robot stuff, and then at the end of the episode, there's like 100,000 cats around them,
God.
and they're like, "What is going on right now?" And it like turns out the cats took over the world.
It's like Rick and Morty.
It's not
where
necessarily
the dogs
the second
take over
episode.
the world.
Yeah.
But that show gives everyone a different episode order, so it could be any episode. Anyway, cats.
What about you, Josh?
Sound healing.
I say that a lot because Tom Cruise said that in Vanilla Sky. I don't know if you ever saw Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky has one of the most quotable lines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All I remember
is when he says cats. I'm actually really into bells and healing. What I do sometimes when I'm really stressed is I look up chanting, like Nordic chanting or like Lord of the Rings dwarven stuff or Gregorian chants. Like all that stuff is, you know that stuff where they're like,
Yeah.
That sounds like Viking music.
Yeah.
It's like a digidrum or something.
The didgeridoo.
A
didgeridoo.
There's chanters that just do with their voices.
It's the frequency that they come out at.
They create two tones as well. So like their throat is making this, but then they position their mouth in such a way that it harmonizes with. So they're making two sounds at once, multi-tonal stuff. And that's pretty cool. It really it calms me down, but in the right setting too. It actually like helps me with when I'm really into doing art or something. It gets me into a flow state. There's flow state music.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm into that stuff.
Yeah. I listen to some chanting as well. So I also do chant. I have a mantra that I chant, and I just try to like keep it in my head, and I chant it in my head. There's also different meditations that teach you like a mantra to repeat. So sound healing for me, like, I'll listen to specific chants on Spotify or whatever, or use my sound bowl. But it's more like remembering the sound up here for me, and then like remembering the feeling, and then like calling to that presence and like reminding myself what it feels like, but without it being there. It's like a simulated type of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I've done that with mushrooms. Like if I think about like times how I felt when I was doing mushrooms, I can put myself kind of in that mindset for a few moments. Not that I'm tripping, but the feeling of euphoria and like opening up to things, like being separate from myself in some ways. You can activate that just by remembering it. Yeah. Like remembering how things smell. It's the same concept, I guess, right?
How about you, Fry?
I don't know. I live in chaos.
So like, do you listen to specific music, or do you...
Everything Josh hates.
Everything.
No.
Because
what about this, right? Like relating to your life, do you get joy out of the sound the airplane makes when they're in the sky and the seatbelt thing comes off? Boom. That boom.
I don't even hear it because I do this the whole time.
Okay, well, I'm trying to relate
the plane,
here. What about
Yeah. Oh, I'm yeah, exactly. I'm like,
who's this guy?
Yes.
He's got his hands over his ears.
Yes. Can I get water, no ice, please?
No, I can't hear you. I will not hear you.
I refuse.
Clearly, I can't grab it with my hands. Put it on my tray table.
Me.
Put it on the tray table.
Now serve it
What?
to me.
Am I going to drink it?
Damn it.
It'd be so hard if I wanted to order a beer if I actually did this to like try to get to my ass pocket to get my wallet out to pay for the beer, like with my mouth.
You want to help me? Don't touch my ass.
Clearly, I'm struggling. That actually funny side story really quick. I'll be quick. That happened to me in a hotel in Germany when I was working in Bavaria. I don't speak German, obviously, but an old man was trying to get me. I figured out what he was asking, and I was like, oh no. He was trying to get me to unbutton his back pocket, his ass cheek pocket, so he could get to his wallet. And there was a couple things wrong with that. One, I don't speak the language. Two, it's not that I'm uncomfortable with this. I just don't know you. Like, you're somebody I just met, like, literally a half of a second ago, and your introduction to me was like, hey, undo my ass pocket button. And you said it in German, which is a scary language. And then, and the last thing is, you want me to help you get your wallet and personal information, and I'm not from this country, so I don't like anything that's going on here.
Yeah. Wow.
Sounds
terrible.
I would say when my headphones go out on the trails back in California, that's always nice. Like the wind, listening to the wind blow, listening to my feet walk across the gravel and the rocks. And then I like being camping. Yeah, but I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like I said, I like chaos. Like, there's a reason why all these ridiculous quotes come out of my mouth and all this information just flows. It's because I'm constantly living in a world of chaos. Like, there's always information or sound or music or a new movie or a new show that I'm watching. Like, I have an exorbitant amount of information about Latter-day Saints right now. Why? Because I'm obsessed with Under the Banners of Heaven. And I can't, and I rewind it and I rewatch it and I rewind it and I rewatch. And I'm just like, I shouldn't have this much information about Mormonism or Latter-day Saints or, previous stuff, but I'm obsessed. So
nobody needs that.
I would say last, maybe relatable to everyone. When I'm camping, I like to camp next to not a lake. I like to go by like a creek or like a river. So when you're sleeping, you can hear it. Yeah, you can hear it go over the rocks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite.
Good work.
Also, like campfires, like when they
the
pop
crackle,
and then they're like sizzling a little.
Yeah,
I like that too.
That's got to be every human, though. Almost every human, at least. Like, there's something
Only
primal in looking into a fire.
Do you fall asleep?
Like in your
Do you fall asleep like listening to something?
Me?
I don't usually.
Yeah, Fry.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've been sleeping with the television on since I was 9 years old. I want to say.
Channel?
Movies.
Any movie?
So usually it's cartoons because they help me shut my brain off. Like right now, I've been on American Dad again for a long time. And anyone that wants to fight me on whether or not it's funnier than Family Guy, I'll do it. I'm absolutely willing to do it. American Dad's hilarious. But yeah, it's that funny. Futurama. That one, Futurama. Yeah, you're right, Josh, because it's not funny.
They're both the same writing team. The same team.
Big Mouth was it for Big. No, that's not true. You're wrong. Big Mouth was true for like 3 seasons, and like now the 4th and 5th season, I'm like, okay, like you guys are pushing really hard, and you're trying to like instead of it being like a funny concept that we could all learn together, now you're just trying to force shit down my throat, and I don't really like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have this brown noise that I listen to every night.
Brown noise.
It's like at a lower.
It's
it's shits.
Hey Frederick, yo, you got those burritos ready? She's got the tacos on the order. Let's go.
Someone is shitting all the time.
Taco Kitchen number 44.
Taco Kitchen 44.
Favorite playlist.
No, I'm so sorry, Sadie. I apologize. I'm Puerto Rican, and the first thing that came to my mind was like a Mexican food restaurant or like a taco truck. If you were thinking about poop.
No.
So what is brown noise? I apologize before Brooke pulls the next.
You're fine.
Topic.
No, it's like white noise. You know, like the whoosh for baby, but it's at a lower frequency. It's a lot easier to listen to. You should check it out.
That reminds me, I like a record vinyl. Just the
whoosh for baby. Is that like the stuff like that moms put on their belly and it makes like sound, or is it like I don't understand that reference. I don't have kids.
I don't know.
We don't.
None of us.
We will never
children.
know.
No one's ever known.
Said whoosh for babies, and I was like, maybe you know.
Well, like white noise. I feel like that's a baby sound.
Yeah, like the
white noise I've seen.
Wait, I have a question for you, Fry. Before we move on, sorry, I just thought of this. Have you been to concerts? Do you like concerts?
I used to go to concerts a lot in Albuquerque, and I haven't been to a concert in probably,
Okay.
Yeah.
gosh, I
So
want to say
when you're
since
at concerts,
2009.
did you ever like feel the music in your body? You know how it like plays so loud that you can feel it a little bit?
I think, but I correlate that to just being young and being into that and trying to blow out my eardrums and like, but yeah, I mean, like that's why I listen to certain music when I run. Like Josh makes fun of me for it all the time, but I tell him, he also acknowledges like it's music that's designed to stimulate your brain to feel happy and euphoric, and that's why I play it. And I always have a joke like, "Are you of the mind that I'm playing this to impress you or all the people at the party?"
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like the same concept. You're sound healing in your own way. Okay, goodbye. We're doing the next one.
Bye, topic.
Next.
I want that to be my ringtone. Okay, goodbye. We're doing the next one.
No, you may not have the rights to the sounds of my voice.
Now that you know you can monetize it.
Yeah. Okay, the next topic is elements/dosha. Earth, wind, fire,
Pterodactyl.
water, ether.
He's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0. Or are we doing
Is it
2000?
doshas?
Big
Elements and
big bada
dosha?
boom.
What's a dosha?
Cat.
Okay, so elements in dosha,
Geisha.
not Doja Cat.
That was a good
So
one.
you guys know that I studied Ayurveda. It is the Vedic science to healing your body and living just cohesively with your mind, body, and soul. In Ayurveda, they believe that everybody has like a specific constitution, like the way that their body is made, and it's determined at conception. So like sperm meets egg, that's your constitution for your whole entire life. And that's how your body should be in balance. Okay? Big
That's cool.
concept. Sorry, guys. There are
Kinda
5 elements.
sort of.
Ether, air, water, fire, and earth. And those 5 elements make up the dosha system. So earth and water make up Kapha, which is like, it's kind of like maybe bigger people, big, tall, strong, really muscular, or type of people. They're known to be like lovers. They are peaceful. They don't really like to fight. They're very to themselves sometimes. Pitta is fire and water. So if you think of the elements there, it's hot, it's fluid. So these people like to be into intelligence. They like competition. They usually have like shiny skin, or they get red easily, bright eyes, like a medium athletic build. And then you have Vata, which is space and air. So those people are kind of whimsical a little bit. They're a little bit airy or airheads. I don't want to say that, but I'm saying it.
Flighty. They're flighty.
Flighty. They're kind of like jittery people. They always have to be moving. They like to
Phoebe from
hike
Friends?
or run. Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe.
a little airheaded Phoebe-ness.
I gave you flighty and you went right back to airhead.
I know. Sorry. They're very creative. So artists are Vata sometimes. So those are like the 3 different doshas. Out of all of us,
Lannister.
I think we all have some Kapha in us. I think all 4 of us are slightly Kaphic
What's
people.
that one?
Just the earthy kind.
The earth and the water. So like
The second one?
rooted, grounded. The first one. The like just kind of bigger builds, more muscular, tall people. But myself, I'm more Pitta. I'm more fiery. I'm witty. I'm quick-tongued. It's just who I am. So do
This
you
is
guys
going to be
have
a verbiage
elements
episode, hardcore.
Sorry. Do you guys have
No. It's going to be like
elements
phrasing.
or...
I'm going to be listening to this and I'm laughing at some of the things because just the phrasing that comes out. I want to make a joke, but I also want to be respectful. Like I said, I'm hiding my airheadiness behind humor.
Flighty.
Well, Isn't it, Brooke, that like everyone's like kind of something primary, like you're more of the earthy variety or you're more fiery, and then most people have a subset. So you could be a fiery person who's got the agenda and the type A personality, but you're also a little bit of the wind, ethery kind. So I guess that'd be similar to like if in astrology per se, it would be like you're a Scorpio, but you're like a Venus rising or something. Like your rising is also a subset sort of thing. Is that similar at all?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if I even said the right things there.
But right, yes, to a certain extent of what you said. It
Sounds
could
like
be
yes,
interpreted
maybe.
the same. Yes, but is the answer. Yes,
Okay.
but there's an explanation. But it's kind of, I don't want to get too deep into one thing because I could talk all day about Ayurveda. I just love it so much.
Yeah, I'm into it.
So what are we doing here? Like
the question
overall oh, sorry.
What elements or dosha do you relate to most? So like what do you see most in yourself? I guess that would be the question. Topic.
I guess if I was just gonna pick, I forgot the fancy names again, but elementally
Earth,
the way
wind,
you
and
described
fire.
them. Well, yeah. I'd say mostly, like you said Kapha, right, for earthy stuff. I'd see that mostly as what I relate to the most. And I've actually looked into this briefly. And in Ayurvedic tradition or science, it tells you what kind of foods that you should and shouldn't be eating, give or take. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so I looked at that list, and like almost everything that it says are good for me, specifically like bell peppers, potatoes, beans, like shit that I eat every fucking day. It was just coincidental. Like that, the stuff that I really like eating is exactly what I'm supposed to be eating according to that. That's pretty interesting. So I say earthy is where I'm at. More, not that I'm exactly grounded, but I like to feel grounded, and that's all I got.
Yeah, they kind of compare Kapha to like Buddha. So like if you feel a little bit more like you're just kind of like chill Buddha, then you're more Kaphic probably. Yeah.
Really quiet. I like sitting on the grass without pants on.
Nice.
It's your life.
Sounds itchy. It honestly sounds itchy to me. Like, wow, he's gonna be really itchy when he gets up.
Yeah.
There's ants.
Ants.
Got ants in his pants. I'm not wearing any.
Gosh.
All right. What about you, Sadie?
Like I kind of resonate with all three of them. I mean, I feel like there's a part of me that's like I'm grounded. So Kapha. I feel like there's a part of me that is that way, and I can be that way when I want to be that way. And then there's a part of me that's like light and airy, and I have to be moving. It's like when I'm nervous, I guess, or maybe I'm just in my own element. I don't know. And then there's another part of me that I feel like I'm the whatever, like just,
fire.
Yes.
The bell of the ball.
The bell of the ball. But I really feel like I resonate with all three, maybe mostly like Kapha, because I am very kept to myself. I don't know. I just kind of like do my own thing whenever I want to, but I don't know. I feel attached to all three, so.
That's cool. Is there an instance of that, Brooke, where you like kind of are all of it? Or do you just explode if that's
people
true?
who are, it's called tridoshic. So it's where like all three are the same levels. It's uncommon. It's very uncommon, but I do know a couple of people who are tridoshic. And it's interesting to see, sometimes they have a hard time like making decisions because they don't know which path to follow sometimes. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But everybody has every element in in their body and their constitution. So like we are all a mixture of all three doshas. We all have some of the dosha in us.
I want to know my dosha.
Mm-hmm. Is it Vata or Pitta?
Fry, how you feel about this so far?
I'm reading it on Brightbody. It honestly sounds like a lot of assessments I've taken in my career.
Kind of like a Myers-Briggs thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Myers-Briggs, DISC, because everybody wants to figure out who you are and where do you fit in. And the truth is, you're a little bit of everything. It's most of the people that can transcend some of these that are successful and don't get bound down by being one or the other. They're kind of like, we look for a high I, but we recognize that you're probably going to be one of the other ones in DISC. Mm-hmm. Like you might be a low S or a low C or a D. And then the one that is low is the one you think that you have to show the world, but the one that's high is the one you actually are. I was actually reading this, like I said, on Brightbody, and I saw like Vata doesn't have a ton of stuff to explain it. It's just like, hey, this is considered the king of all doshas because it is a moving force behind everything. So I thought that was interesting.
What?
Like, yeah, that's what it says on this website.
I don't know.
That would be. It doesn't mean king in the way that it's like the best. It just means that it's utilized the most. It's everybody has Vata at all times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, voluntary and involuntary is what it says.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, that feeds into the whole love languages thing from last episode where, like, you are one or you have one or two, but, like, you employ all of them at different states and different ages and times in the day.
What I was going to say is there's not enough there in that definition for me to say, yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, outside of the traveling to and fro probably thing. And then Pitta changes our experiences from one condition to another. For example, Pitta dosha governs our metabolism and converts food into bodily tissues. Pitta also governs the digestion of mental and emotional experiences.
I don't do that much.
Yeah, I don't quite understand some of this stuff. I guess I'm a mixture of all three as well. Kapha is interesting because it's a binding and structure, which I kind of feel like I'm doing all the time, including here, like holding things together, holding groups of people together, keeping people together, bringing people together on different platforms. So I don't know, like a mixture
but when
of all
it's
three.
just you, what is it?
Oh, that's good.
I have no idea.
You should do some soul searching.
I have no idea because I'm scatterbrained. I'm literally all over the place with
that's
every
airy.
single thing.
There's
one
stuff, bro.
There's one solid thing that I'm interested in, really, and that's no, that's not true because I guess you could formulate like movies, TV shows, entertainment, music, kind of an encyclopedia on a lot of different things. But that's because I'm open to knowing new things all the time and open to experiencing other people's experiences, which enhances my experiences. Mm-hmm. I tell people all the time, they're like, "Oh, you're smart." No, I just shut up and talk to people. And I ask them about themselves, and they teach me things. And I'm willing to listen and learn.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Brooke, but that's the airy, fiery stuff, right?
Well, his like your thirst for knowing people, for learning, that's Pitta. Your inability to like settle on one thing, that's Vata. Mm-hmm. So like you're wanting to spread all of your interests, that's the Vata, like that's the movement, but the interests themselves is like your Pitta. It's your fire, it's
passion,
your thirst for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you genuinely do.
If you guys
like have a thirst to know like, everyone's name and stuff at the party, like you have it's like part of your job. Like you have to like make sure everyone's smiling and stuff at the party.
That's
and stuff.
Me. And I hate it.
Or at the business lunch or whatever.
Yeah, it's
you definitely do it for sure, and that's something that I really have no interest in general most of the time. But your approach is like when you talked about the airy stuff originally, it sounded like ditzy and stuff, which is part of it. But the good part of it is what we're talking about now, like how you're moving, you're shaking it up, you're like literally like air conditioning going through a room, shaking things up and mixing it together. Like that's a characteristic you have for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
I appreciate that. And I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to say if you guys want to hear more, listen to part 2 of this episode next week. We will have our taglines attached at the very beginning, and we will have them at the very end of this podcast. So again, please join us next week for part 2 of Woo Woo Shit.
Woo woo.